Can you tell if a condom comes off? I.F. was having sex with my new boyfriend of almost 3 months, and at some point when we were switching positions or when I got off from being on top, we were both tired and couldn't finish, so we stopped. The condom apparently came off inside of me. As soon as I got off, my boyfriend freaked out and started saying, "Oh my God, where is it?" and started looking for the condom. It wasn't anywhere in the bed, floor, so I checked and yep. It was inside of me. I went into complete interrogation mode and grilled the fuck out of him, asking if he did it on purpose and asked how he had no idea that it came off. I am having such a hard time believing he honestly didn't know it came off. It was like, deep inside me. Has this ever happened to you? He's otherwise a really great person, even though it's 3 months in. And I really like him, so I'm kind of in shock. After I finished fully freaking out, he bought me Plan B after I said I needed to get it, other stuff I asked for. He keeps apologizing and asking if I'm okay. I feel bad because I'm just so standoffish now. It's okay, that has actually happened to me once before. Neither of us knew until after. That story actually gets a million times more embarrassing, but the point is, it happens sometimes. It happens. In our 25 years of marriage where condom is our primary birth control, this may have at least half a dozen times. Most of the time it was on pulling out and not during intercourse due to I losing erection. Not guilty verdict for sure. When I used to use condoms with my boyfriend, he usually noticed when it came off and stopped immediately, but there was 1 or 2 times when he didn't notice it had come off, and that was when, excuse me for TMI, I was really, really wet. Also, it's easy for the condom to roll up when the girl is on top, in my own experience. I wouldn't give your boyfriend a guilty verdict just yet. It sounds like he did the right thing after by buying you Plan B. This kinda thing happened the second time, I think. I had sex with my now wife. The condom ripped and I definitely noticed in hindsight that everything felt amazing. But I had never had that issue before, and didn't put 2 and 2 together until I finished inside her. It happens. If the condom wasn't inside you I would be obviously suspicious, but it was in there and it sounds like it freaked him out thoroughly too. You didn't feel it happen, an object got lost in you and his penis was against you. If you didn't notice, there's a good chance he didn't. Make sure you're using the correct condom size. So you grilled him because you didn't notice and neither did he? If you didn't notice the difference, how would he? I feel bad for your boyfriend, lol. It's happened to me before and we didn't realize. Why do you grill him if he felt it, when you didn't feel it yourself? Seems like a double standard. If you are too wet to feel if there's a condom there, he is not feeling it either. From how you describe him and how it happened, I would say this is 95% certainly an accident. I would estimate this has happened maybe 10 times in my career. Most of the times I noticed, but 3-4 times I totally had no idea. One time it happened, we were a bit tipsy and the thing was stuck far in. We even called the emergency number, but they basically told us either you relax and let him fish it out or you have to come down here and I will do it. I eventually managed to get hold of it, a night I will never forget. I think by this point you should apologize to him. Sounds like he overestimated his size. Jesus Christ, I feel bad for the BF. Yeah, we can have it slip off without noticing. Chill the fuck out, skull. It happens. Give him a break, Loctite. Is he buying condoms that are too big? I'm confused. You're quizzing him about knowing, but the same question can be asked of you. Did you know? That said, I've never had one come off, but I have had them break and felt when it happened. She didn't appear to know and I didn't grill her about it. My only comment was, hey, the condom broke. Do guys always know if the condom comes off? Ask my kid. Same thing happened with me and my BF. Give him a break. Why are you in a relationship with someone if you can't bring yourself to trust them in situations like this? Remember, lube goes on the outside of the condom, not the inside. You mentioned he didn't finish. I could see a scenario where the penis isn't as erect as it was. It kind of gets slimy from the lube inside the condom and it can get harder to distinguish what you're feeling when you're inside the woman. It happens. Doesn't have to be his fault. Don't panic, but get Plan B if the condom was your only method of contraception. What? Do you think he took it off and then just played stuff the turkey? You seem to have panicked in the moment, which is okay. It has happened to me and we had a similar reaction. However, on my end I never noticed towards the end that it's come off. Best way to tackle this is to communicate with your S.O. No, this definitely happens. It happened to me with an ex and he didn't realize either, and it happened to 1 or 2 of my friends too. I really doubt he felt it. Stealthing is a real thing, but so are condom accidents. Based on his behavior, it seems like an accident. This has happened to me before. He probably isn't lying. If the condom is loose at all, it's really easy for the folds to get caught on themselves and tug off as you pull out. I ended up having to excavate it out. Lol. Your boyfriend needs to get proper fitting condoms. I have heard of condoms ripping, but not falling off. I am using condoms half of my life now and never ever ripped the condom, fell off or experienced any other shit. If you handle your condom well, nothing should happen. 1. Get the correct size. 2. Check the manual on how to roll the condom over the penis. 3. Don't carry your condom in your wallet around. 4. Keep away from sharp things, also fingernails. 5. Check expiry date. 6. Keep the condom and vagina wet. 7. Do not use the same condom more than once. 8. Keep away from the sun and hot environment. 9. Never ever trust the condom of somebody else. Always buy your own. 10. Keep an eye on your dick to see if the condom fell off. Your dick has to be always hardman facepalming. It does happen. I've had it happen a few times. If you are worried, you could get some plan B, depending where you live. You said you both were tired. So, it would be a lot easier to not notice it coming off when tired. And, easier to go a bit softer when tired. Put those together and a good recipe for it sliding off and neither of you noticing. I'll add my vote that this has happened to me. In the heat of the moment you don't always notice. If he did it on purpose, doing it in such a way that it stays inside you would be incredibly difficult. I can't even come up with a way to do that without it being completely obvious. The way you describe his reaction makes it sound like it's a genuine mistake. I'll add to the masses and say it's also happened to me. Sometimes it's because the condom isn't the right size, sometimes it's too much, too little lubrication, and sometimes, as was your case here, it's when you change positions. My partner normally holds the base of the condom as he pulls out when we change to stop that happening. He seemed genuinely remorseful, and I'd believe him. If it happens again, you need to have a discussion about condom sizes and positions. That's not to say not to be cautious going forwards though. Just assess the situation as and when it happens again. Good luck and take care. Purple Heart. I've had a condom break during sex. It started to feel better, but because I've never experienced a broken condom, I didn't know until after. So yeah, it's hard to tell unless you maybe have had the experience a few times. It can happen. And PLS, make sure he is wearing the right condom size. A lot of people don't know that thickness matters a lot to the size. If it's not fitting right, it's more likely to slip off. The condom brand My Size has a measuring tool and different thickness sizes. Maybe there are also other brands, but that's the one I know. Sounds like he needs some smaller condoms. LMAO. A condom broke off my dick too, in the heat of the moment. Especially if you're doing the anti-vanilla stuff, you will hardly feel it come off. Imagine casually accusing your boyfriend of stealthing you as if he'd actually plan on having it come off inside of you. What the actual fuck is wrong with you, op? You realize how fucked up of an accusation that is. I did it once on accident in HS because my boyfriend and I didn't do enough foreplay and I was so dry I pulled the condom off him when he pulled out to switch positions. We noticed right away, but he was a two-pump chump, so we had to go get plan B just in case. Didn't even notice at first because I was more preoccupied with the fact I was a tad too dry and it was uncomfortable. I've ripped a few condoms and I've usually felt it, but it can be a bit difficult to nice things in the heat of the moment. There's no way to know if it was deliberate or accidental, so you might have to gauge his reaction. Go tell if he was telling the truth. By the sounds of it, since it came off inside you and he seemed worried, it sounds like a honest accident. Accidents happen. It's neither of your faults. Could be a fluke, or the dude might need to try different brands, sizes. This is why 2 forms of birth control is important. It happens. I hope you apologize to your boyfriend who you clearly victimized. Lol, why'd you immediately jump to him lying? That would be really serious. This has happened to me, if that helps. My girlfriend didn't accuse me of anything either. Yup. It happens. Why would he want to do this, and why interrogate him, who in their right mind would be like, oh yeah, I love sneakily stuffing my girlfriend's cookie with my condom. Is there a sub for bad male anatomy? This can happen. But what I want to know is, did you apologize to him? Yeah, you sound nuts, he should run. It honestly just happens sometimes. IDK, I can tell the difference between raw and condom on pretty easily. Every guy in this thread is lying if they say they didn't notice. Based on his reaction, it seems like he didn't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell if things are really wet down there and/or if he's having a really good time. Edit. I feel like you owe him a heartfelt apology. I get that you were scared, but it seems like you really attacked him there. Male here. Once, the condom ripped and I didn't feel. Another time, it came off and I also didn't feel. It happens. Yes and no. In the heat of the moment, with hormones, testosterone, you're not going to notice. Just starting up getting into it, if it comes off the guy should be able to tell. Interrogating someone on a potential mistake equals him leaving.